Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on African Confessions. The following story that you are going to be listening to, it was sent to me by one of our listeners, and the message reads like this. Hello, my brother, how are you? Can you please post my own story as hidden identity? My brother, I am a man who comes from this other area called Gokwe and in a village that is called Mateta. Well, my brother, I need serious attention. So what happened to me was that I was dating this other woman. Well, this woman, she was not a single woman, but she was dating another man as well as dating me at the same time, and she was a married woman. Well, when I was dating this woman who was dating a lot of guys, then it happened that there was a funny thing that happened to me, and my trousers, it was then taken by a bird when we were having a quality time. So since in the villages we do not have the luxury of going to your hotels as well as some lodges, we then went into this other familiar bushy area that we used as our lodge whenever we wanted to have some nice quality time together. We looked for a perfect spot whereby we were just hidden behind this other small bush, whereby we were able to see if there is anyone who would be walking around the river, but then that person will never be able to see us. The area that we used to go for our love making, it was close to this other river that is called Lutope. My story goes on like this. My brother, I am already married and I have children and grandchildren. I also stay at home with my daughter-in-laws, whilst their husbands, they come home every month with food. That is where I was able to get money so as to spoil my side chicks. What happened is this: I was dating my best friend's wife after he was praising her, and this thing, I never wanted to do this thing, my brother, but when we were drinking our beer, that was when my best friend said, you see this wife of mine, you see the things that she does to me whenever she is on top of me. Sometimes she makes me to even forget my own name. There are things that she does to me. Oh my God, I am so glad that you gave me such a beautiful wife. You should see what she does to me. Each and every time when we would be having these discussions, whenever you would mention how his wife was like in bed, this thing, it made me to lust after his wife. Whenever I would look at his wife, I was no longer seeing my friend's wife, but I was seeing a woman who was a nice lady to be with in bed. But as for me, as for my wife, she was like a dead woman in bed. She was cold like a stone. She won't even move in bed. If you tell her, please lift your leg so that I can enjoy more, she will just say, I am tired, I have a cramp. She would only lift it for about 2 minutes or so. Then she will start complaining. Well, if you tell her, please, can we do that other style that is called dog style? She will say, do you think that I am a pornographic actor? I am not a pornographic actor. If you want all those styles whereby I have to bend all over the place, why don't you go and seek out these porn actors or download some videos? But so, my brother, these things that was happening to me, it was not nice. Here I was lusting after my friend's wife, and whenever I would try to tell my wife that she needed to do these things to me so that I can feel okay, since I had paid for her bride price, but she would refuse. She will say that she is not a prostitute. She is a woman who has her dignity, and she will never do that 180 that other ladies do for their husbands. So my friend didn't have a child who was giving him money. He would always come to me, then I would go with him so that we can drink our beer by the growth point. And I was the one who was constantly helping them out because I had more than enough. God has blessed me with kids that remember me. They always sent me some money. So I thought that maybe if I spoil my friend's wife with the money, my friend's wife was going to fall for me. And indeed, she fell for me. We started dating in the year 2020, and my friend didn't even notice it. But one day, he was told by one of the villagers, and he told me that, my friend, my brother, this news that I have been told, is it the truth? Is it the truth, my brother? But the way that that I trust you. I don't think that you can ever do such a thing to your own brother. Look at all the good things that you have done for me and my wife. If it wasn't for you, we could have already starved. So I think that these villagers, they are very jealous because they know that you have been helping me a lot. So they do not want me to be friends with you, and they want to take my spot as your best friend, as your brother. I know what they have told me to be a lie. So I was just confirming with you. I wanted to know if this was the truth. I then denied everything. I said, my friend, I will never do such a thing. God forbid. I will never lay down with your wife. But my brother, I knew that this man, everything that he had asked me about, I was actually sleeping with this man's wife. But we laughed over it as we were drinking our beer. So all of these years, me and that man's wife, we had been keeping it as a secret and playing it safely. But you know that when you are in love, this woman, she started confusing me. Sometimes she will call me late at night and I would go to the place, and then she will say, no, I do not want to make love to you, but rather wait outside. I want you to hear me making love to my husband. The things that she was doing to me, it was truly confusing me. So what she will do is that the next morning she will say, well, come so that I can give you. I would go there as if I was about to run, but I will just hold myself so that people won't suspect. And then she will say, my husband is bathing, but I just want to give you something special, even for a minute. So there was a day when we had done this thing. We only did it for a minute, but the way that she confused me, it was just too much. I ended up forgetting my beautiful straw hat. And when my friend came out of the bathroom, that was when he found that straw hat in his house. He then asked me about this straw hat of mine. I then said that, oh, I had forgotten. There was this other day when my son, who is in South Africa, had sent some groceries. So I brought some groceries to your place, and then I found out that you were not there. So I left those groceries with your wife. Didn't she tell you about it? He then said that, oh yes, I still remember that day. So he then handed me back my straw hat. I thought that maybe this was the end of it. One day he almost caught us in his garden, but he only said, my friend, what are you doing with my wife? I lied that I had came to your place and I did not find you. That is when I came here to this garden, because I know that you spend most of your valuable time with your respectable, loving wife. But to tell you the truth, I was even trying to sleep with this guy's wife there in the garden. She was also getting ready, but my brother, then the men just came out of nowhere. And my brother, each and every time we were almost caught, because we would be having a quality time, but this guy, he was too stupid because he was always drunk. So me and my friend wife, we kept on doing what we were doing before. Then my brother, last year, I told my friend's wife to meet me up at that river where we used to meet up at, called Lutope River, because at her garden where we used to spend time, it was too risky. So we met at this other river, and I took off my trousers, and my friend's wife, she took off her skirt and as well as her underwear. Whilst we were just busy making love, that was when they came a bird. This bird just appeared from nowhere. It was more like an eagle, my brother. This bird, it then started making some sounds as if it was laughing at us. This bird was actually making some human sounds. Then it came down, and then this bird flew down, then it took our trousers away. My brother, it was something else, because how were we supposed to go home naked? So we hid in those bushes until it was in the evening. My friend went to my place with the trousers and showed it to my wife, and then he said that your husband has been sleeping with my wife. If you think that I am lying, here are his trousers. My brother, when I reached home, I thought that maybe my wife did not know about this issue. But the moment that I stepped into the compound, that was when I found out that there were people that were waiting for me. I was naked and I was embarrassed, my brother. I was naked, and my wife told me that my friend had came with these trousers. After some minutes, my friend came with his wife naked, and he said, now take her as your wife. My brother, he left, but he still have my trousers. And as for my wife, she went to her parents' house that night because my wife was really angry. My brother, I have tried to say that I am sorry to my friend, and I have offered to give him 2 cows to bring back my trousers, but he refused. He said that he is going to make sure that I am going to suffer since he now has my trousers. So I am scared, Brother Nashi. I am really scared. Your dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me. Indeed, strange things do happen in this world.